Alrighty, just in time to go into this next game, which is Spartans on green, Marowns on blue, and Storm on red. This should be a cracker of a game. Storm pulled a lot of upsets yesterday.
They did. I was actually sporting the Storm shirt yesterday. I'm actually full pack shirt today.
True bias comes out.
I don't have a shark shirt. Otherwise, I'd never take it off, right?
Fair enough.
Okay, who do you think's going to win?
All right, I think definitely on paper you expect the Spartans to win this game, especially by just rest a few of their games. They've been really on point this competition so far. They're prepared. They're ready. They're here to win. So that being said, of course, the Marowns, 3-time champions, home arena. There is a bit of a question of it's been a while since they played together. Not really that involved with the local scene as more than capable, and Storm, team of upsets. Can they do it again?
And they're training against Spartans.
Yes.
It's probably the big thing to talk about Storm because they do a lot of training up the Sunny Coast and Spartans training in Sunny. All right, so quick pack point start out for Spartans.
Oh, really nice tags for Spartans initially across the board. Maybe Storm feeling a bit of the crunch with a red base being quite isolated from the other two bases. Just takes longer. It's upstairs. No one likes climbing up the ramps. You see kind of actioning green base at the start of the game.
It does look like Spartans straight after, as we can see, Woolly's been pushed there.
Here we go, the leg takes down blue base. Well done, taking the maroon space straight away.
I thought it was the Spartans down there. No, I am wrong. It's Storm.
Right, well done to the leg. Getting off that early lead that the Storm maybe needed to make an impact in this game. So good stuff.
That's not what anyone in there would have wanted, is to see Storm drop the first base.
Definitely not. Pack points pretty even between Marowns and Spartans right now. Marowns may be benefiting from having the action in their base early on.
Cyrix is actually puts it down 3 shots for that. Just lost it as I said it.
Curse of the commentators, but keeping Butzer down 3 times, not something you see extremely often. As looks like most of the action in this game so far is in blue and red. Storm doing quite well to keep up on the packs, to be honest. They're about 1,000 points down, closing that gap slowly, but, when you're playing against teams of this caliber...
And with Kit Kat and Rock have not played team games like this, these can be unnerving. The fact that they're still in this is good.
Very impressive. So we see blue now trying to get into red base. What's going for his red base? Can he finish it? 4-time solo champion gets his base. Let's see Marowns take the lead for the first time in this game. Spartans not having a base so far. Pack points are still very even.
The Spartans are quick. They're smart. Cat's holding them back, picking up points, waiting for the other two teams.
If there's one team that can group together and get a whole bunch of base hits really quickly, it's the Spartans. They're coordinated. They're really what's the word? They're a really great example of what really good organization and teamwork can do for you.
Yes, and they're in and out in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Very coordinated, very deliberate, very impressive team.
Now I see Cats there at the back door of blue at the moment.
Oh, here we go. Stalker's in the base. He's shooting.
Stalker. There
we go.
So that's what I mean. He just made it look easy. He's going to wall see, and Blitzer's now going.
Blitzer wants to finish his base. Oh, 2-shot denied by a potato. And, just like that, Spartans get a base, they disappear, they come back to their own base and get the denial. So, such a fast team, such a quick team.
Disciplined team.
Very disciplined. That's a great way to describe it. As we come into about a third of the game so far, each team has 1 base. Spartans out to a nice pack lead now. Getting that denial on Blitzer certainly helps with that.
And I do wonder if that was part of Kansas' strategy to sit back, pack, because as you know, there is no big game. So as soon as you go out to attack, not seeing as much pack, being able to pull back to pick up that pack the attackers usually do, which is why some of the averages are down.
That's right. And just as we're speaking, Potato gets blue base as well. So lots of action in blue base.
He got the deny on board, sir.
Yep.
Comes back, gets his blue
gets the denial, goes out, gets the base. Zero effort, Potato, the Beasts. Even with blue base being full, they still managed to get 2 through already. And three blue bases have gone down so far. So the pressure's going to be on the Maroons right now. They've dropped 3 bases. No one, the only other team who's dropped a base is one red base, the Putzer. So they're going to be thinking about needing to do something in this game. And so there we go. Rod gets his green base as well. So it really feels like the pressure's on the Maroons now to do something this game. I mean, they've got the points. There's a lot of people there, but...
Here we go.
Oh,
and again,
Spartans just make it look easy. It did.
And the rover just turns up as well. Yep.
Here we go.
GP.
Alrighty, so a few bases go down, action happens, and Spartans are really pulling away on pack now, I think. Lead has just been slowly growing over time, and having that extra base is a nice buffer as well. Here we go, the leg. Is he going to finish the second base? There we go.
Did.
Good job for the leg. Is he the first person to get 2 bases in the game?
He is, and we see Raven now on her blue base. The Spartans have finished cycling. Oh, no, sorry.
They've still got cams.
But they're not offsetting. This is the strange thing about this arena.
Yeah.
There is less offsetting. Have you noticed that?
Less space diversity required, yeah.
Yeah, so much less than we've seen in the last few.
Now, I wonder if this might come back to bite them. Maybe we'll end up with a game where... unfortunate red. 1 shot denied. Not the worst thing. Definitely better than getting 2 shot denied. But what I was going to say is that, you know, we might end up with the situation where both Spartans and Maroons are fighting over Storm base. You know, it could be the perfect storm, so to speak. That was terrible. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, there's definitely a potential in this game for things to work out really well for the Storm. So excited to see what happens. Come up on the 50% mark in the game.
I'm going to swap over. Seeing Cairns grab Blitz, and they've headed down to green base, and they're less 10 seconds.
Watching a big red gets denied again. Spartan's really picking up a little bit. That's going to be reflected in the pack points pretty heavily, as we can see now. There's about 5k pack lead for Spartans. Storm actually in second place. So there we go. And Cairns finishing his Maroons base. So I think now probably too much action to keep track of. South Packet gets his second base now as well. So the Maroons do move up to 3.
This is still anyone's game.
Very much so.
Even though the Spartans are picking up on pack points, as you pointed out, Red's only gone down twice.
I think the Spartans might be like pretty content now, just making sure that the Maroons don't get people through their base. Maybe they even just sit on their attack a bit, sit on the Maroons, go, hey, you know, they're the biggest threat in the game. We've got 5 bases already. We're in the lead. We're comfortable. We've got the denials. So maybe we just need to make sure that the Maroons don't be able to do what they...
I actually think you were right about Storm's base. Both Putzer and Potato are up there with Blitz. And I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's Stalker fighting around there somewhere.
Here we go. Big Red. Finally gets a base. Unfortunate denial so far, but gets there in the end. And here we go. Like, green base is completely empty from what I can see as well. That being said, Spartans, of course, are a very pushy team. As shots in red.
Base there from Blitz.
Blitz, well done. There we go.
But everyone is up at red by the looks. So your perfect storm is about to happen.
Yes. And there's a red and blue base then as well. So all it takes is a couple of sneaky bases while the other 2 teams are preoccupied with each other. And they could very easily pull them. The margins are not that big.
So let's see if Storm capitalise on this. I know they spent a lot of time with the Spartans in training. So...
Alrighty, lots of action in green base now. Maroons are trying to push there.
Do you think the Maroons are panicking?
I don't know if they're panicked is the right word. They're a very experienced team, obviously having won 3 nationals. They've been there, done that, and Maroons actually take the lead.
Wow. I'll go, the Spartans take it back now. Okay.
Now, this is a very interesting position. This is where the base diversity is really going to come into play because Spartans cannot get any more of the Maroons' base. The Maroons can get both the Spartans base and the Storm base. So they really have a lot of options when it comes to where they want to go with the game, whereas the Spartans are basically just locked into throwing themselves at the red base. And again, like we were saying, this can help Storm. This can give them the points they need to come back. This can give them the opportunities to get bases. And so it's really going to be interesting to see what happens in this last 2 minutes of the game.
And I guess this is what I always talk about is checkers versus chess. The Spartans just play checkers and the Marines play chess.
True.
And planned out the fact that they knew towards the end they need some base diversity because this isn't a 10 base arena. You don't need all 10 bases. So
Oh, here we go. Ivo one shot denied by Potato, unfortunately, but still in the lead. They're actually what the one. If you have a look, it's very, very even, but they're just slightly pulling ahead. Literally in the last 5 seconds, Marines game.
base was away and another deny. Storm come. Come on, Storm. Need to pick up some pack. Get another cheeky couple of bases.
I think Storm would need to hit like base at this point. Unfortunately, it just seems they're running out of time. But it's still extremely close between the Marines and the Spartans.
So Katie's standing off with a green, which I'll go put our cameras back up.
Lots of action in green now. Lots of players gathered around that front door.
We got Ivo down there as well. So Marines are pushing, are on the green hard.
Yeah.
And yeah. I know what I'm saying.
It's early morning. We forgive you.
It is. And I slept in. So I was like still waking up.
Coming down the last
10.
True. The last 30 seconds here. The next shot on a base is probably going to determine this game between first and second.
Oh.
What's going to happen?
Cyrex
goes for a blue.
And this is important. Who needs blue? No
one needs blue out of the
right.
top 2 teams, so
That's fine. Last thing you want is
here we go.
Marines.
What's the
Now, they're going to actually have to check the PC scoreboard downstairs. If anyone, Gravy, if you can let us know.
And that's exactly 1,000 points difference on our scoreboard as well. We're going to have to see what the final result is, but man, what a game. You just have a look at that worm. Like, the Marines...
They look like the same colour, they're just ages.
The Marines were behind for like 9 minutes of that game, effectively, and then just like that, they got their bases, even with the denials that they lost. What a game. Huge stuff.
Back to chess versus checkers.
I mean, shout-outs to Storm as well. Very respectable game, given the position they're put in.
Yes.
The leg getting his first 2 bases of any player in the game. I think if they maybe just transitioned to attack a little bit earlier, they could have picked enough bases, but, still well done, guys.
Brand new, fresh team. This is their first run out together.
Yeah.
I think Captain Cyrex, and I think this is her first captaincy
really?
of such a high level team.
Well, it seems to be working out so far for them, so good stuff.
So I don't think she'll be disappointed with that at all. I think they'll go home, watch the clip, and readjust tomorrow. Friday.
Take a look at the chat.
Yeah. Spartans are definitely mad. That's power. Yeah. Karen's just in reserve teaching to